and we are on our final question for this set of questions that we've been doing for the past month. Every month, we will have me and Nicole. Hey, Nicole. Oh.
Hey X, sorry I was on mute. Hey X.
Me and Nicole are inviting two special guests, two special ladies to sit on this panel with us as we discuss different topics that affect life, love, dating, celebrity gossip, current events, travel, restaurants and lounges, whatever, we think is interesting or whatever they bring to the table. That's what we're going to talk about. And today, I want to talk about Monique and D.L. Hughley. Now, I guess some of you don't know that D.L. Hughley is actually my favorite comedian. So, Monique gonna have to back on up off of him, yeah, because I ain't gonna do nothing, but
Okay.
but I've been hearing that it's really about more than just that show. Supposedly there's some kind of ill feelings between the two of them, and Monique, they say she just took that opportunity to go off, even though she's kind of trying to make her way back into the mainstream, and everyone's saying this was just totally a bad move on her part. So what do you think, Nicole?
So yes, so Monique and her crazy husband. So first of all, let's be clear. Her husband is the puppet master always in all of her shenanigans. It is when she met and married this man and he took over as manager is when everything went downhill for her career. He was the mastermind behind her acting up on Precious and not doing press tours. And he's, to me, a horrible partner, in my opinion. So I think he's the aggressor in this case also. So her and this crazy man put out a video after the incident at the comedy show. And yes, she admitted this was a beef that she just had with DL. And so she used this as an opportunity to get mad back at him. Apparently, she was a guest on the DL Hughley show. They ask the guests like silly questions at the end, and I think one of the now the question was disrespectful in my opinion. And now DL was not there that particular day. The guest host or co-host, they asked Monique, it was literally something stupid like, would your husband rather sleep with, and like it was like a man and like a woman. It was really dumb. Like they literally asked her, who would your husband rather sleep with, this man or this woman, something to that effect.
Wow.
And so she paused like, hold on 1 second, what do you mean? Like, why would you say, like her husband is not gay as far as we know, so why would you ask? So she asked them, why would you ask me something like that? That's so disrespectful. Why would you ask if he would sleep with this man? Like, what is that about? So she asked the show, she was like, please do not even air that segment because it's so rude. So they didn't. They did edit it out of the show, but ever since then she had to ask to she, I guess she told DL why would his co-host ask her that type of question. His response was kind of flippant, like, I don't know. So he wasn't there, so he was like, I wasn't there, I don't know. And so I think she was holding on to that. So, and she admitted this. Her and Sydney, her husband, put this out in a YouTube video after the incident. She explained that was why she was mad at him. She said that.
So, okay.
Now, wow. He admitted to it, and he addressed it. He even said, but I wasn't there that day. He said, we didn't even air that part of the segment. Like he said, she asked me not to air it. He said, we did not air it. And I think he even apologized to her if she felt offended. So I'm not sure why she was holding on to that. I don't know.
Monique can say anything she wants. And I don't dislike Monique at all, right? But she can say anything she wants. She can feel any kind of way. But then, and she can hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, she hurts people.
Call people out, do all kind of stuff. But the moment she feels that anybody has done anything to her, she holds on to it like it's a bad, like a bad weave. You know what I'm saying? She is, she needs a lot of healing. She can talk about everybody else healing and everything like that. but she needs a lot of healing herself, because some of the things that she's done, in comparison, in this whole shenanigans with DL, bringing up the stuff about his daughter, and
Oh,
and
she was
like
so
that,
wrong for that. Oh my God. That
bringing
was
up
so
his
ugly.
daughter and stuff, but then was mad at Oprah for 20 some years. No, but mad at Oprah forever because she felt that Oprah sabotaged her about bringing her brother on there who had molested her or something like that. So, I mean, Monique doesn't, it's almost like she doesn't think her S stinks. You know what I'm saying? And always want to say in love and my sister, my brother, but she doesn't show that same brotherly, sisterly love. She can be very spiteful, but again, like you said, some of that may be being triggered by the person pushing her. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when she was married to her first husband and she left him once she met Sydney, just like threw him to the curb, and then next thing, Sydney was her world, and they were
Daddy. He's daddy. You calling him daddy.
Yeah, they were okay to, bring other people or have sex with other people, and that's how they want to live their life. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, everything she talked against before, then when she hated skinny women, then all of a sudden when she lost weight, everybody needs to get healthy, so she can be very contradictory to the very thing.
She's so annoying at this point. I want her and her stupid husband to go away. I'm sick of them. 50 Cent, I think, was trying to give her another shot on one of his series, but she's going to ruin that too. Her and her husband are going to ruin that opportunity as well, because they ruin every opportunity that is given to her. They ruin it.
Now, I will say, if Netflix wasn't paying her what she should have been paying, but of course, there's a big disparity when they pay somebody white versus somebody black. I think she should have fought for that, right? Then if Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels did oust her out and blackball her, she should have called them out, right? And Lee Daniels recently came out, and a lot of people said he came out because he came out and apologized and said, I miss my sister, and they had this whole love fest and everything like that. When after 50 Cent said he was going to put her back on, you know what I'm saying? So she's been able to keep coming back, keep coming back up and everything like that. But each time it's like, it's almost like DL said, you're the common denominator in like X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you really need to take a deep dive and look at yourself and what you're doing as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too, because she's been into it with so many people, and they were like, she's kind of been ousted for the past 10, 15 years or whatever. There was a problem with Precious, there was a problem with Oprah, there was a problem with this person's problem with that person, now it's a problem with DL. And like you said, she's the common denominator in all of those problems. So Nicole, you're saying it was her husband?
Well, I feel like he's always the man, the puppet master behind the scenes, because he's her quote unquote manager. Mm-hmm. So I think he puts a lot of ideas into her head. I think he encourages her rude and bad behavior. I think it just seems like ever since she got with him, which was, I think, around that Precious time, things have gone downhill for her.
Mm-hmm. So he's like a Jada Pinkett.
Yes, essentially. He's her career. I'm like, I don't care if you call him daddy at home or whatever the heck y'all be doing, and want to sleep with 10 million different people, but why is he ruining your career? He's your manager based on what experience? I don't think he's ever managed anyone before.
Probably not. She just, loved.
Right. So basically, he was a bum who probably had no job, and he latched onto her.
But do you think she did a Mary J, where Mary J let her husband become her manager because she didn't want him to feel less than,
Of course she did. Of course she did. That man probably had no job, or if he did have a job, he wasn't, in entertainment. So he wasn't making any money like her. So in order to make him feel special and prop him up and all of these things, of course, that's why she did that. Of course.
Mhm.
And she seems like a pick-me-sha type of woman who will do anything to get and keep a man. So of course she would agree. She's going to agree to whatever he tells her to do.
So is this another case of maybe on a different level, but you know, the whole hope, you know, if I put him in this position, he's going to do right by me. But in this case, he's just making a fool out of her. You know,
Oh, yes, I think it's all of that. But I also think she's so brainwashed by him that she believes everything he says. If he tells her go left when she should go right, she's going to go left because he said so.
do you think she can come back from this?
Yeah, I mean, if 50 Cent gives her the roles that he said he was, I guess so.
Did he say he was going to do that before or after this whole mess?
I think it was before, and we know he's very nasty himself. So
It was before because she and Lee Daniels
had made up. Yep,
Yeah,
they had
so
just made up.
They made up after he said he would give her a role. But basically, he didn't say he'll give her a role. He said, in so many words, I'm going to, 50, he got a lot of shows on Stars. He pretty much is heading up Stars.
Yeah.
And basically, in so many words, he put it out. Yeah, Monique will be, I'll find something for Monique in so many words. And so everybody who knows 50 knows, heck, what show don't he have on Stars? So she'll be in something.
Mm-hmm. So do you think it's self-esteem with her?
I mean, at this point, I just think it's brainwashing.
So you just
I don't know.
So
People
what?
who
I mean, so she
I
thinks
don't
she
know if people have low self-esteem, maybe are more susceptible to the brainwashing of a spouse. I don't know.
brainwashing. What you think, Paige?
I think that she thinks that they're a team.
Yeah.
And I think that she feels he has her back.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think that she has trauma from her childhood. So trusting anybody is a big deal. Now she trusts him implicitly, what's the word? Anyway, that word. So she trusts him, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I think that she feels if he would never do her wrong. I think she thinks
I believe that. She has
But she
blind
can't
faith
see
in
this.
him.
She can't see this.
No,
no. Like if he she would never turn on him. You will know. If you watch them, you will know.
Yeah, no. That's why I said she's brainwashed. She's under his spell. He can say and do no wrong. Daddy has her interest at heart always, and whatever he say do, she's going to do. He has broken
like
her.
I'm gonna have to Google him. What is this?
Because even when they're doing the interview, not the interview, when they do their YouTube, he'll be sitting behind her.
Yes.
And if she forgets something, or if he wants, he'll throw out stuff, and then all of a sudden she'll go on a tangent on that. You know what I'm saying? Almost like he's gaslighting her too, to a degree.
Oh, it's sick, the mind control he has her under. It's sick.
Wow.
And like I said, we've been noticed this. I've been noticed that he handles her in a certain way, and she, like I said, like we're saying, she defers to him in literally everything. It's almost as if she doesn't have her own brain. He is her brain.
Wow.
And she's going to do whatever he says.
Because I think there was a period when all that stuff happened with Oprah and blah blah blah, and I think they didn't want to deal with him.
Yeah,
she basically was like, you ain't gonna basically, like, you ain't dealing with me if you don't deal with him. And I get, that's your spouse and everything like that and stuff. But they felt that he was, I guess, probably maybe disrespectful, or he was
toxic.
That he was part of the pushing.
Yes,
the narrative or something like that. So yeah. So.
But this is the women that need a man to lead them, right? He's probably telling her this mumbo jumbo of, I'm your leader. I got to lead you. You can't think without me. You need me. I'm the brain. This is what happens when women get caught up in all that dumb shit.
So here's the thing that he's not doing as a manager. you know, if you're in that industry or any business that you're in, you're always supposed to be playing chess, not checkers. You're
Right.
not trying to just jump the one in front of you. You're trying to make long-term moves where you win in the end. And if you have Oprah that wants to work with you on something, I think that's a chess move. And so my
Exactly.
husband is gonna have to understand when I say, baby, you're gonna have to go sit down. You can't never come
Right.
back to this studio again. They don't need to see you no more. But I'm gonna go make this, you know, several $100 million right here. Okay.
Because it's going to their household.
Right. And
Like,
when I
right.
bring
It
them
benefits
$100
him.
million home, we gonna go on vacation and we gonna enjoy life. But right now you can't come to this studio. So does Monique not have friends?
He's probably isolated her from them. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm sure she does, but I don't know who. But again, I think he's controlling, so he probably has handpicked who she can be friends with and who she can't.
Paige, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, I have watched the situation. I don't like Nicole know this down. She got this down pat, but I've watched other things and I've watched their YouTube videos when, you know, just different things. And I watched the stuff when everything was happening back in the day with the Lee Daniels stuff. And, you know, she was saying that they were really good friends. And so it's a little hard because sometimes you're like,
it's hard.
What he said sometimes is you can agree with it. Like you can really like, you're like, why would I did it as a favor because we were friends and now you're gonna, you know, so sometimes you're like, what is the truth? Because you know, because she can tell a good story, and sometimes and then you know you hear the other side, but when they made up, it was almost as though he said, you know, you're right. I miss my sister. I miss this, that, and other things. But then you don't even know what his, you know, I started looking at what is his motive. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been so long. Like, what is your motive now making up with her when that's all she was asking for then? So I don't know. It's just, you know, I don't know. It's just like Monique said, it, you know, every a lot of things changed from Monique when she got with her husband, you know, and how she thought, what she thinks she said, you know, the old Monique when she first came out is totally different than the Monique that she transformed into once she got with him.
And you know, this is, to me, this is like the downside of relationships. You know, even though, you know, take the celebrity and all that other stuff out of it, but people are so sometimes, I want to say the word desperate to be in a relationship. And when they get one, you know, they just relinquish all sanity and control over to that other person. And it's really sad. And we're watching this happen with her on, you know, on stage. I mean, she's on a bigger platform and everybody's watching her, you know, portray this flunky, lackey, brainwashed. She might come for me. I hope this don't wind up on Instagram. Yeah, I have Monique making jokes about me. That'll be really funny. But you know, we're watching this whole thing play out on a really large platform, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to watch another woman be in this space.
It is.
It's embarrassing. There's hardly anything. And DL, the thing about it that's interesting to me, which I'm glad DL is handling it that way. You know, Monique is harping on all of this stuff. DL pops in, says what he has to say, and then he going about his business like, you know, I have a whole other life. You know, life is not revolving around this situation.
Right, Monique.
But for her, it seems like this is everything right now. And then for you guys to say now that she said that it was about him and he wasn't even there. How you gonna get mad at somebody? They wasn't even there. That would be like if you hosted the show one day and you cuss somebody out.
Right.
And then I come back and they mad at me and I'm like, I wasn't even here. You know, I mean, we don't do that kind of stuff. You can say what you want to say. So if she cussed you out, then I guess that's what was supposed to happen.
Right. I mean, everyone knows show business, I'm sure, has the propensity to be really wicked and really weird and really wonky. But like you said, X, you just have to learn to navigate within that space and kind of play the game if this is a community that you want to be part of.
Right. You have to play chess. And
Let-
in any time you have a larger platform, there's a lot of different things that come into play, from the, people judging you on every single little thing you do. I listen to people talk about Cardi B, and I really kind of admire Cardi B because she came from
Mhm.
absolutely nothing. But she was,
Oh, I admire her hustle too, because
she
she
was
really,
diligent and focused, and
absolutely.
now, she's where she wants to be.
Yes, she
So,
worked hard to get there.
but she is one of the people that I hear scrutinized and criticized the most, besides Sierra and Lori Harvey.
Right, yeah.
And Lori Harvey just trying to live her best 25-year-old life, and they just don't want to let her.
No, they really don't. They just want to hate her so bad because she's beautiful, I guess.
And she, you know what? And she's living on her own rules. She's
And she's quiet too. That's, I think, part of her allure on purpose. She doesn't even, we don't even know what this girl's voice sounds like.
really.
We don't
'Cause I
really
never
know her
heard anything.
personality. She doesn't really talk.
Really?
She has
Yeah. She
she
doesn't
has a
give many
makeup.
interviews.
She has
Yeah,
what?
she has a makeup line now, right?
Mm-hmm,
Or skincare or something. I've seen, like, I follow her
Right.
Instagram page, but you never really hear her voice. I don't think she gives many interviews. It's almost like, I guess, as part of her appeal, she's somewhat of a mystery in many ways. And maybe that's also why they hate on her, because they can't quite figure her out.
Oh, is she like Prince? I remember when Prince first came,
Yes.
he didn't talk.
Yes, kind of. I mean, she probably does talk, but we don't hear her talk often enough to really know what her personality is.
Have you heard her speak, Paige?
Mm-hmm.
What does she sound like?
She was on a Steve Harvey show once.
Oh, of course, her dad.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So Lori Harvey is not his biological kid, though. That's Marjorie's kid, and he adopted them all.
Right.
Exactly. I think he gave her children his last name.
Yeah,
He did. He did.
yeah, he
Mhm.
did, because he takes care of them all, I guess.
He
So,
does. He calls her. Wait, they talk more about Lori than his own daughters. He has his own daughters.
I know.
We
Yeah,
barely hear about them, even though I think they're like grown. They're married now with their own families. The twins. He used to talk
The
about
twins.
them.
The twins,
Yeah.
right?
He did used to talk about them a lot. I guess they're grown now with their own families,
so does
He
Monique?
used to have them on the show a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Does Monique have kids?
She does. I think she's estranged from, isn't she estranged? I think she might be estranged from a son or two.
Yeah,
But
she
she
does
has-
have
I
a
think she
son.
has boys. Oh, one boy, something.
I knew she had one boy, but you know what? She may have had two with like her first husband, right?
Yes. Yes. I don't think they're with the second husband at all.
Yep. Yep. She had. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
she
her-
does. She has boys, but yeah, I don't hear her talk about them much. So I don't know what they're doing.
So her kids are watching this happen as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
So this is really a much sadder situation than when I first, wanted to talk about Monique and DL Hughley. I kind of just wanted to rag on Monique because, she went after DL, and that's my guy, But now I really feel sorry for Monique, because it sounds like she really is in a bad situation and doesn't know it.
Yes, like I said, I personally think she's under mind control. But it's kind of where she wants to be, I guess.
I wonder if we can organize an intervention for her.
Oh gosh, I don't care about her enough. Wait, her own sister has recently turned on her this week, X.
Good
Or maybe it
Lord.
was last week. Yeah, her sister gave some interview about her, but I don't remember what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
what did
said
she
that
say?
it was wrong that Monique brought up anything about that girl's about the
daughter.
sexual stuff. Yep, the daughter. Mhm.
So then that means her and her sister must not get along then.
And that's what somebody said. They said, we don't know the history or the background with the sister and what her
Right.
real reason is that she would come and speak out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That means they
yeah.
have some beef going. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's exactly what they said. We don't know what's really going on for the sister to come out. It could be some, inside beef. Because when she was mad at Oprah, and she was talking about feeling set up and stuff and everything like that. And then the guy, it was her brother that had molested her and stuff, and he was on there and stuff. And she had specifically asked and was told something totally different. But she was saying that what bothered her the most was watching, and when you do come from trauma or have been, victimized and things like that, stuff that and can see things that other people can't see. And she said that she was just sitting there watching the manipulation from her, because she was estranged from her mom as well, right? And
Right.
she was saying that just sitting there that day on that stage, not knowing that they were going to be there, and then watching the manipulation. And I can understand why that was harder for her to get over and get past from Oprah. I do, because she said it felt like being traumatized again, because now this person who has victimized her is coming off like he's so concerned about her, and but you molested her. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
So yeah, so I mean, it's twofold. Monique does have her issues. I don't think that I don't know if she's gone to any therapist or counseling or anything like that, but she hasn't healed. And her distrust from being taken when she was young, it could, it's like a mouse stealing a piece of cheese, and then when you look at it, she's expanded it to some other type of animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a little mouse, but when she sees it, it's a lion or a tiger. You know what I'm saying? It's something so big, because she still has a lot of trauma, I think.
Yeah,
I think so too.
yeah, it's clear that she does. I'm sitting here listening because I didn't know all of this stuff. It's clear that she definitely, I hope she gets some help, because the sister, the kids, I mean, everybody, she's estranged from everybody except this, what's his name, Simon, and Sydney.
Sydney, I think.
Yeah, she's estranged from everybody except him. So yeah, she probably doesn't have any friends.
No, I mean, her attitude, I'm sure, pushes everybody away.
Because she's not actually funny. I never thought she was actually funny. I never thought she was actually funny.
Now, I think I don't know if she's friends with Roseanne Barr.
Oh my God.
Remember there was a story out about her and, is that her name, Roseanne? The story came out where people were saying how here she came to the defense of is that, I see her face, but I can't, but I hope I got the right name. Roseanne. No, Roseanne is the little short one. This is Roseanne is the one had the TV show, right? No, this is the other one that she's a comedian too. She's part of the LGBTQ community. She's a comedian.
Is it Wanda Sykes? Not Wanda.
No, she's white. She's white.
Oh.
She's older now. She's much older now. I think she came out with the whole Trump thing, some other stuff that happened with, I don't know, but I see her face, but I cannot think of her name. But a lot of people were saying that she must have said something distasteful or something. I don't know if it was about Blacks or something. And they were saying that, she came to that person's defense. I remember reading something about that. Like,
we remember that.
Yeah. And I see the person's, I hope I got the right person, and it wasn't Roseanne. It wasn't Roseanne, but Roseanne's name first came up, but I see the lady, got like the sides cut off and then the hair on top of her. Anyway.
Okay. All right, ladies. Well, okay. So Nicole, what's your final thoughts on this topic?
Oh goodness. I don't know. Don't be like Monique. That's all I can say.
That's about right? Paige, what you got to say?
I just say healing, she needs a lot of healing, and she needs a lot of healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know everything, and I don't know, but if it wasn't DL's issue, if he wasn't at fault and stuff, for her to come at him and then attack his family like that, and this was done to you, like I feel some kind of way, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I think she definitely needs an intervention. And absolutely, if everything around you is falling apart and you're the one that's there, you're estranged from everybody. Nobody wants to deal with you. um, you might need to take a look at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Really might need to take a
Yeah.
look at yourself. Why does nobody really, except for this man that's telling me to do all of this stuff that usually results in a negative result?
That's so true. Why she's not connecting the dots.
That is so sad. Like I said, I really asked that question because I wanted to talk bad about Monique, but after listening to you guys, I really feel sorry for her because there's something definitely going on. She definitely needs an intervention, and she definitely needs some help. And I'm not the one to do the intervention or the help. So if this does wind up on Instagram, don't connect with me. Ain't got
Well,
nothing to tell you. I'm
let's
sorry.
get it here first.
Maybe Nicole or Paige can help you out. That's so funny. Anyway, we are wrapping up this month. We've had a whole month of girl talk with me and Nicole and Paige, and Kia was with us for a couple weeks in the beginning, but she had to go. Anyway, we have really enjoyed this month, so make sure that you tune in next week, and we are going to have 2 new guest hosts with us. Paige is going to leave us. Paige, we enjoyed you.
Thank you. Well, thanks
Yes.
for having me.
Yes, it was a pleasure, Paige. I hope to join you again soon.
Soon. Talk to you guys later.
All right. All right. So we are out, everybody, and we will see you next week on Girl Talk. Later.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone. Bye bye.
Ooh, y'all said bye this time.